Greetings and salutations of peace. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, we call it the Master Blaster Jammin'. I am your brother Ital Iman I for the Underground News Network, www.un13.com. ABBA Kudus, the sign of man, the God, Haile Selassie. The end of the Aduma, the first genetically engineered being, the age 120. Listen carefully that you hear. There's a natural mystic blowing through your ear. Genesis 6 verse 1. And it came to pass when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Genesis 6 verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose. In the beginning, the Anunnaki came down to earth. They created, by genetic experiments, the Adam, the first genetically engineered being. These beings procreated, and their women looked nice, so the Anunnaki who created them saw that they were fair, and they took these women as brides. Verse 3 in Genesis 6 is what we are concerned with here. And it says, And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. The Anunnaki had everlasting life, but the genetically engineered being, the Adam, was not given everlasting life. At that time, the air was pure, so man could live a little longer. So the Anunnaki gave him 120 years to live. So in 2012, the Emperor Haile Selassie will be 120 years of age. This is symbolic of the dynasties of the Aduma. The Anunnaki set up the Aduma in Ethiopia, the lineage of Solomon, Enki. The Emperor Haile Selassie is a direct descendant of that lineage of the Aduma. So, at the year 2012, and you can take that number 120 and rearrange it, and you will see the year 2012 there minus a number. This signifies that what the Anunnaki said is true. Now, it says, Genesis 6 verse 4, there were giants, proving the Anunnaki, giants in intelligence. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, the same became mighty men of renown. So the Emperor Haile Selassie is a direct descendant of that. They set these kingdoms up in Ethiopia, Lower Egypt, and in Egypt. And these were the renowned men who have been ruling the earth ever since. Even our presidents have been from that lineage, the ones that they call the reptilians. Now, we're not saying that the Emperor Haile Selassie was evil, but there are some descendants of the Anunnaki who are evil. They are called the reptilian, the mindset, the ones you can't trust, the ones that's crashing the economy. So we hope we had cleared this up. The people are putting out certain information about, and it's not my intentions to talk against my brother Rastafari, but I coined a phrase over 20 years ago, and it says that evil is oft times ignorance not knowing itself to be so. So maybe that's the case, ignorance becoming evil not knowing itself to be so, because if you tell a lie, it is evil. So we ask you to read the Lost Book of Enki. It's our true history, and it explains all of this. It's our true history. It was the Sumerian text was deciphered by Jewish scientist Zechariah Sitchin, and he wrote this book called The Lost Book of Enki. He don't say in there that the Anunnaki are black, but this is our information. Read Surah 51, Holy Quran, the scatterers. It proves that the Anunnaki came down and taught the strangers who came and talked to Abraham. These men scattered the monuments, the big nose, the sphinxes, throughout the globe. Left Egypt, went to Central America, Thought did, became the plum serpent, Quetzalcoatl. And then they spread this information all around the globe. The covenant is in that, the agreement. They said it as it was in the time of Noah, and Noah was a white man. Enki gave him the key to survive. When the time, the covenant is, when the time got like it is now, as it was in the time of Noah, they would return and redeem us from the earth. So Nibiru has made his 3,600 year elliptical orbit, and now 2012, the climax of the polarized shift that started in the year 2000, 12 years from 2000, May 5th, 2012. So we hope we have cleaned up this Abacadush mystery, and the picture that they got floating around don't even look like him. But I know I'll get some flack from this, but we ask you to read that book, The Lost Book of Enki, and then just go back through Genesis and read it in light of what I have revealed to you, and you will see the truth of this matter. You are now in tune. On the one, the force itself, the master blaster jamming. I am Kokodi Rasta, the Rasta breaking down the codes. The message is in the music. Yeah.
Brother compete, ain't got enough fear. He's spitting down the best line. Why don't you get on board this Iron Express? It's saying coco, coco.